Hello fashion besties and welcome to another video. So in order to create the dress on the thumbnail, the first thing I did was to mark out the width of the dress. If you can see in the picture, the dress and the sleeves are together. So I just measured from my center front to where I wanted the sleeves to be. And I'm gonna attach something to the ends of the sleeves, so I also made sure to note that. So this is just to where the fabric would stop, and then the organza would be what would complete the whole sleeve. So I'm just marking that out and making sure it's a straight line all the way down, because it's literally just a long rectangle to make this dress. Super simple. So the next thing is to get my neck width and depth. For the depth I did 1, and for the width I did 3.5, and I did this because this is the back neck, so I'm cutting the back neckline first so that I can then separate the pieces and cut out my front neckline. And then after doing that, I'm going to cut out the width of the dress that I want. So I'm cutting this piece out of the dress because I don't need it. And it's great that I even have this piece because I can use this for the band that the dress will need from the inside to snatch up the dress and make it look like the picture. Snatch, girl. So now I'm making my markings for the front of my neckline, and I'm just marking how long I want it to be, which was 6.5, and I'm just gonna draw that down before I cut it. So I decided to go even lower, so it was at the end 7 inches, not 6.5. Then of course I'm going to cut through the middle of my dress because it has a zip at the front. So we need the front of our dress to be open to insert a zip. So I cut out an interfacing for this dress, and I'm just pinning down my interfacing before I sew. Obviously, the next thing to do is press down your seams because we want this to look neat, clean, and professional. So I'm pressing down the seam before I even top stitch. I like doing this for some weird reason. It just feels right to me. So I'm doing this before I even top stitch. So to stop the ends from fraying or losing on their own, you need to either use a finishing technique or a serger. I have a serging machine, so I just went ahead and did that. But even though I have a serger, I am still very much interested in learning other ways to finish your raw edges. So I'm also going to explore those and practice them too. I won't weave everywhere, so the sides of the dress, I'm folding it down by 1/2 inch so that I can attach the organza to the ends of the dress to create that extra length for the sleeves and also to increase the width of the dress and give it that flowy look at the sides. Now I'm gonna work on my organza and just fold one edge of the organza so that it doesn't like prick me from the insides of the dress. The dress is coming to life, guys. I'm so excited. I'm attaching the organza to the sides, like I said, and at this part I was so excited to actually just test it. This is what it looks like so far. Not hem down the neck, but it's still okay. It's still pretty. Is it because of me you tie your yele? Obviously, this is very light. Next, I'm making the belt for the dress. And we're going to use the piece of fabric that came off the main dress. And it's even in the perfect size for how big I want my belt to be. And I'm just going to sew it on both sides to close the edges so I can actually use it for a belt. So now I'm going to attach it to my dress, and to attach this, all you have to do is divide your waist by 4, and at the front of your fabric, fold it into 2 and then mark the points on both sides and then attach your belt to both sides. Next, I went ahead and attached my zip to the dress. I tried 2 methods to this. I did a basting stitch at one side, and then the other side I just pinned and sewed. And one thing I observed is that the side where I did the temporary basting, the zip looks so much cleaner and neater from the outside, and it's even very close to like the zip than on the other side. So I definitely have learned from this that I will be basting my zips from now on. So to get the sides, all I did was place my fabric on the floor like this and then mark my lines all the way down from the center of my zip to here. That's 14.5. Yes, so that's what I did. So to get the lines, what I did was my bust circumference divided by 4 plus 5 inches. I just marked that from the middle of the dress on both sides. So your fabric needs to be together because you're sewing on both the front and the back sides to close the sides of your dress so it's not open at the sides. So a little adjustment I did was to actually take out the stitch I made all the way down. I went up by 11 inches and then lose this stitch at the bottom so it could look free. So I just did that adjustment later off camera. Now I'm just going to hem the remaining part of my center front where the zip was attached. So I'm hemming it down to give it a very nice, clean, finished look. Lastly, ironing the main dress because it's finally time to see what this entire outfit looks on me, and we have to iron it first before we try it on. This is what she's looking like after. Guys, she's so pretty. Look at the arms. So beautiful. So that's it, fashion besties. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.